on your Thursday for the late show. Lots of action on here already, and apparently we're close to a hype train, and I've just started the stream. So, you know, usual Thursday, right? Things are going well. Thanks so much for stopping in. We've got just a little bit of everything going on. Slippy Viz, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you hanging out. Double Dubs finally brought you over to the dark side of the Thursday stream. Throwing out that gifted sub right away. Thank you so much for that. We've also got Stuart, IGN, stopping in for the first time. Thank you so much. Double Dubs bringing in that Prime sub as well. Thank you so much. And make sure everyone here, if you're not familiar, I think everyone here is, but in case you're not, check out that Dubs guy. He streams on Wednesday nights, 8:30 Central. Newly affiliated. Throw him a sub. See what's going on. It's a good time. And he's got a heck of an Australian accent, by the way. Here there's some toasters and some other things going on, but don't worry about that. Absolutely. We're going to get a little action going on here tonight. A little beta action for the Hero Realms. And then we're going to get a little Star Realms action as well after that. Let's go ahead and fire up the queue and see what we got going on here. Oh, we're starting off with the loss right away. That's okay. I queued up so many games recently. With the Barbarian, I want to push him up to 14, and just getting a little bit of the Alchemist started. Actually, I haven't even. Did I do this? All right, I don't know what's going on here. Aussie's trash. Well, Aussie in general is trash. Whoop. Sorry, I say that out loud. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this fired up here. We are not berserked. I don't even know what level we are. We're looking good. That's the thing with queuing up so many games, you kind of lose where you're at. Man, Wolfform is one of my favorite cards, but oink. Command is auto purchase for show. Let's just go ahead and leave here real quick. So we've got a challenger from Daily, challenge from LGN Stuart. Thanks, Stuart. We'll go ahead and take those challenges right away. Anyone else wants to send over a challenge, feel free to do so. If you have a preference, if I play Alchemist or Barbarian, let me know. I will let you know. I think my Alchemist is just like level 1 or something. I've basically started up a couple games with them, and that's about it. I haven't done anything. So in the meantime, I will go ahead and take these games. We'll start with Daily here. I think that's the order that they're in. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Daily sending us a challenge with that Alchemist. We're going to go ahead and throw in the Barbarian, and win or lose, we're going to get ourselves some... Oh, now I got to find this game in here. This is going to take me a minute. I've got like 45 games going here with Daily. It's a level 6 game, so that helps us out a little bit. Let's see where we're at here. There we go. We don't need to look at those. These don't happen. This might even be from before this part. I don't even know. Let's take a look here. There we go. We'll assume it's towards the front. There it is. 6-on-6 action. Alchemist going to town. I'll be interested to see some of the new cards for the Alchemist here, because again, I've only seen, besides watching a couple of Agents games with his Alchemist, haven't seen a lot. These are all normal. What did we have here? Sloshing Potion, which apparently we're still working on the artwork for that. That's cool by me. I know some people are talking about like matching artwork for some of the cards and that. I just want to stress a few things here. This is beta. I mean, regardless of, you know, being in the Legend tier to be able to play it, it's still a privilege to be able to play these beta versions, help them test it out. This is the best way that they can get data. So is it going to be polished? No. Should it be expected to be polished? No. So all good by me. Alright, let's take a look here. We've got the amulet waiting for us down there. We could chance it to try to pull it out. I think I'm going to, because my 4 trade is not looking super hot. I've got some good looking 5s here, which we're interested in picking up. And then we've got the Roar. And then our opponent has Perfect Reflection. So this is just a regular base skill for that. And of course I didn't pay attention to what our opponent's other thing was. Not a big deal. Let's go and berserk it up. We did not draw our amulet, so unfortunately we are going to take some damage this turn. But now we're up to the 5 trade. Honestly, I like both of these cards a lot. This guy's a little bit tougher, does a little bit more damage. This guy throws out the troops. We are actually going to grab this guy, though. I really like this card. I don't know why. He has to prepare, which is really awesome. And a lot of these cards, like these, for Imperial, seem really good. So let's go ahead. That is an upgraded one. All right, let's go read it again. Choose a faction and add it. Oh, never mind. I didn't read that first part. Yes. So you can add faction to 2 cards. That's pretty huge. That's actually really huge. So the little bit I've been playing with the Alchemist, just playtesting a few low-level games, has been pretty cool. Just the ability to... You've got 2 of these guys in the deck, the Philosopher's Stones. So you're constantly getting the ability to be able to faction cards. Normally you might not be able to. Super helpful. So let's go ahead and let's calm down for 1, and let's buy this fire gem. So this barbarian, I went all the way to the right path. So I made my rage cost less to cool down and less to rage, in hopes that I can just use it more often and then get the jet or the amulet to like keep me away from taking some of the damage. I was looking at the other path, and my son, he's been playing on my app a little bit, and he's going the other route, and he seems to be enjoying it so far, going with the less damage. He mostly just does like the pit fights and stuff like that, though he doesn't really play online. Let's take a look here. Though oddly enough, I was in one of the in-app tournaments in Star Realms. This is one of my favorite stories. This was just a couple months ago. I just randomly joined a Wednesday casual. I was working, but we were slow, and I just like joined it for the heck of it. Didn't even realize it. And then I got into a meeting, and he ended up winning like the last round of Swiss, and he won the first round of the playoffs. So the final. So that's awesome. Like, give me that back so I can take this down. I took that one down too. That was pretty cool. We got VQ rolling in, bringing the queue, or the crew with the queue. See what I did there? Totally did that on purpose. Thanks for stopping in, VQ. I hope your stream was fantastic. All right, let's take a look here. So we have got our troop out there. I think we're just going to rage again here. We're going to keep the rage. Oh, we could just pick up the ritualist. No, we want to get some of these bigger, nicer cards, even if we're going to bottom deck a few things here. Now we're going to get up to 7. So yes, we will be taking our big old demon friend here and passing that turn over. Hope that stream was good, VQ. Sorry I was not able to make it in this evening, but I try to when I can, and I usually try to get a challenge in as well. And we're pretty close. I'd say we're probably 50-50. She beats me down, and then I'll get my revenge back. And then those of you new to the stream, we usually do Hero Realms for about the first hour or so. Then we usually switch over to Star Realms, just depending how the action's going. Sometimes I switch a little bit sooner, sometimes a little bit later. And I get those games in on both sides here. That could be a dual threat. By dual threat, I mean not good at either one, but that's besides the point. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's cycle this deck again, unfortunately. Now we've got 4. We do have the amulet, so we don't necessarily need to calm down this turn. But the thing about calming down is then the next time you can get yourself to draw those cards. But I think we're going to pass on the calm down, and we're going to grab this guy. It's going to go to the bottom of the deck. We're going to get this cycle, 6 damage, and a scrapper from hand or discard. Yes, please, we are berserked. So let's go ahead and use this now. That's a good champion to take out with that. And we're going to kill one of these little cards there. Perfect. And then pass turn over. Yeah, I like to save that Barbarian one-time ability if I can. Usually I try to get a free kill out of it, get more damage on them. But sometimes you just end up using it to get a draw, you know, or same things like that, depending where it's at. Yeah, this, I like this dude here a lot. I do like that they're putting in the cards that let them put tokens into play now, finally. Tokens are kind of a big thing in Epic, so it did not surprise me to see them eke their way into these games as well. There we go, we got some champions rolling here. Alright, so now we're probably looking at calming down. Oh, but there's this dude. So we're also going to take damage so if we don't calm down. That might be the deciding factor. Man, these are really good 5s to pass up though. What does our opponent got coming up here? Big damage. Not a ton besides that though. I'm just debating how many more turns this is going to go. Man, I really can't pass this guy up here. We're unfortunately going to take the damage. That's just too good of a card to leave out there. 7 damage and a discard. Combo wild for more damage. Can't be leaving that out there for the opponent. That's a type of card that could finish us off. It feels so weird to be streaming on Thursday without Thursday Night Football on. Usually I got it in the background over there. Thought of just watching over there. What's this guy do again? When you have 2 or more cards, the Sheriff action, draw a card. So it does have that because of the Philosopher's Stone. It's going to also get the draw discard. Lots of good stuff going on here. Matt the Cutter coming in. Resubbing up with that tier 1 sub, 25 solid. Appreciate that. You know what's funny, Matt? I realized I've still been subbing to your channel this whole time since you've taken your break from streaming. So I just noticed that and got a kick out of that. Let's go ahead and get that scrap in there. Even though we're not taking damage this turn, there's nothing really we need to do here, so we are going to calm down. And hopefully we live this turn. And if we do, oh, yeah, see, this is, we really need Berserk this turn because we got nothing going on here. So we will patiently see if we live. We're only at 18. Opponent does have some solid damage cards here. So this will be interesting. If we do live, we're going to go for it. So they get some healing in there. We don't like to see our opponent get into healing. Not a fan of that. So they put the Philosopher there. Okay, so looks like we are going to live. And our opponent's not at a ton of life, but it's more than the damage we have in hand. So we've only got 4 trade. We're not going to pick anything up. We are going to Berserk. And we're going to draw into our damage. Scrap that guy out and then play the rest of these. There we go. So we're going to take down that first game versus Daily. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Matt, I kind of figured that. I know we were going to talk. I've been meaning to catch up with Matt. We've both been super busy. Good game, Daily. Thank you so much for that. We got a little victory going on there. Excelente. So starting out the night solid with the 1-0. I think that's more wins than Dubs had on his whole stream last night. I could be wrong. Someone correct me. Anyways, let's take a look here. We could get another Growler or some health. We need to get 10 health. All about that. Let's go ahead and grab this up here. I am... Shots fired. Still not a super fan that the life gain option is such a big difference for the champions, especially because the other champions start out with higher health, and then like a Barbarian, like the Wizard gets like +5 health, and they already start with low health. It just, I'm not behind the scenes, I'm not playtesting, so I don't know all the ins and outs, of course, but it just seems like to me like there should be like a standard life amount of like 6 health or 8 health, and then just every class, when they take that as an option, they just get that, and then they're offsetting health because they have more health starting. Should be that difference, but we'll see how it plays out as we get more of these classes out there. We get higher levels, we get more skills. See how that works out. So let's go and get this LGN game underway. We're going to have a level 5 versus level 5 Barbarian battle. Let's go ahead and fire that up. And it looks like LGN is going to go first. So we'll let him start it up. Let's go see if we can find it here. There it is. See if we get that going here. Alright, so we got a decent starting hand, level 5, so that means this is 1. I can't remember if it's 1 to unberserk or not. He does have the amulet right away. He's also going to amulet, so... Okay, so he's going 2. So he's upgraded the roar first. I got that spark there. Or maybe he's got the less life loss. Oh my goodness, that is quite the start. Look at the start. And he flips his deck. So our opponent went first. They drew 3 cards. Big 3. Spark, Rage, and Fire Jump. And they're able to flip their deck. And they're, yeah, so he went the less life loss. Okay, I like that. Let's figure out what we want to do. We do have the amulet as well. So currently we have 5 trade. 5 trade's okay. We got the Berserk for 1. You know what? Let's just go ahead and Berserk it up. Alright, we're going to end up with 6. And I think we're just... I like the idea of the stun. But we're just going to go and grab Borg. Borg's a big body. Good damage, good defense. We'll just grab him up. We didn't get our amulet, of course, so we did end up taking the damage, which kind of stinks. But that is what it is, yo. So everybody, I'm assuming saw Mr. Brady announce his retirement again. I will believe it when the season starts and he's not on a team. And then, of course, being here in Packer country, it's all about what's going on with Rodgers. Is he staying? Is he going? Does the team want him still here? If he's not here, is he playing somewhere else? Is he retiring? I think I'm mentioning there's a little fun stuff going out there where Devontae Adams likes some posts about Rodgers, you know, maybe going to the Raiders, which is fantastic because I am a Raider fan from my childhood and a Packer fan by location. Yes, the annual, but now it's a little different because now it's, well, maybe it's not different. Maybe it's the same old thing. But I almost wonder at some point if they're gonna do like the Favre thing where it's gonna be finally like, no, we're done. But at least I'll say like Favre, like, you know, at least officially retired and then kept coming back. Sean Payton to the Broncos. I mean, obviously phenomenal coach. Bounty Gate captain. But yeah, obviously phenomenal Hall of Fame style coach. What am I doing here? Oh, I got to discard, don't I? Let's take a look here. I am raging, so I kind of want to keep these guys. If we drop, maybe I should hang on to... We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. 6 doesn't get us a ton, actually, though. But if I do drop the headbutt... Actually, no, let's drop this. Let's go and get our 4 out there. Let's get Ren. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh, it is 2. Well, that's what we get for not knowing our level and what we're at. But the next levels when you get this down to 1 to unrage. Thinking we'd buy this dude and then we'd unrage, but whatever. Sports ball. Sports ball. Oh man, that bounty gate was... That was awful because, I mean... Favre and the Vikings that year, that was brutal. They were looking unstoppable. So just to see that go down that way is just rough. Alright, so we're not getting any bonus gold for unstunning apparently, and we're also not getting to unrage again, so we're taking a ton of damage. But at least now we can kind of put the pressure on our opponent here a little bit. And kind of punch him back here a little bit. Oh yeah, I go off on tangents. Dubs know how to get me going. It's all good. But again, it's a little different now because, like, at least normally on Thursdays we got Thursday Night Football going on or something. All right, I am looking forward to the Super Bowl though. It'll be the Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And all right, we got discard 2. Obviously, you know, 2 gold because it's same difference otherwise. All right, so we are definitely going to, because we're in that blue, we're gonna grab this. Oh, this is rough. All right, so we're gonna stun a champion. And he's got no greed. He does have bread coming up. Initially, I was gonna take out the treasure hunter because it gives him more trade. But that's a lot of damage from the Sculpt Priest that we don't need our opponent to get. We're going to grab the Street Thug, and then we are going to calm down. Alright, Barry, I will be looking at that here then momentarily. Appreciate that challenge. Yeah, so for anyone not aware, they did an update to the beta, so now you can play the Alchemist. I think it's super cool that... they're basically playtesting these cards in the app And by playtesting, I mean it's playtesting like before the cards are finished printing. So changes that we're going to make here, or adjustments we're going to cause them to make, are going to affect the physical game. And I think that's fantastic. All right, so we're going to stun because that's a little bit, and then we get some more gold there. I don't quite know if I want to rage here. I don't know what the benefit really is. Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to get, whatever. Oh, because I'm not taking damage this turn anyway, so yes, of course we want to. I mean, Chore is going to go on the bottom. I like Arcus because of the draw, but Chore is going to go on the bottom. So let's go ahead and... But I'm not going to be able to rage next turn. I have nothing here that draws, so honestly it's a horse apiece. I'm going to grab Arcus. It's a horse apiece because I'm not going to get either one of them until that second shuffle. Now, granted, this next hand after this one, if the game's still going, I'd be guaranteed to have Chore. But I have, a good shot at getting Arcus here either way. Jesse Pinkman, very nice. You make sure you mix your stuff in your or melting bodies in the bathtub. Going right through 2 stories of the house. That show was so good. And that show was such a slow burn. So even for me, like when I first started it, I didn't start it right away. People told me to watch it afterwards, and then I started watching it, and it was a little hard to get into. But then once I did, like, you're hooked. It's so good. Lots of red. Okay, it's going to put the vampire on top and rage to draw it. That's a combo I love. Yes, Better Call Saul. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely. One of the best shows also. So good. The beginning parts of that also, to me, seemed a little slow. Like when he's doing all the stuff with his brother and stuff. But the payoff was so good. So good. Alright, so we are probably dead here, unfortunately. But if for some reason we don't die, maybe we'll do something. No, we're not doing anything. Unfortunately, we're not. We drew absolute garbage. So maybe Chore would have been the better call, because at least I'd have Chore in this hand. That we don't know. Yes, you need to watch Better Call Saul. It is, trust me, it's almost as good. In fact, I think in some aspects it might be better than Breaking Bad. I can on my turn, but again, I have to live that long. Let's take a look at what our opponent's got. Well, they don't have, 4, 8. I mean, right here is 8. That's 16 damage right there. So depending on what our opponent has. Now, if our opponent's just got, just Ruby and Plunder and maybe, something like that, we could live through this turn. Yeah, El Camino's alright. El Camino is... It's a good kind of like little wrap-up. Definitely worth watching if you're a Breaking Bad fan, for sure. But yeah, Better Call Saul is phenomenal. Yep. Yeah, follows up Jesse after the whole ending there. And he goes into a little bit more details than that, but... Slippy Fist, thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it. And thank you so much for throwing that gifted sub over to Syphil Web Guy. Let's get that Flare and Rage going. Oh, we got a draw here. And we are going to have just enough to kill our opponent. Taking it down. Second game, barely 1 health. Uno. Thank you so much for the challenge there, IGN. Much appreciated. Yeah, that was crazy close. Such a good game there. And I find a lot of my Barb games are going very close, especially if you're just, slugging it out against each other, just punching away. Alright, so we've got the challenge here from Zembu sending over the level 3 Alchemist. So we'll go ahead and do the level 3 Barb. A little straight, regular challenge, if you will, because level 3 is like the starting level for like the packs. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going. So again, just a reminder, Alchemist has sacrifice 1 from hand if you do acquire a card. I don't remember this. Oh, because my guy's not level 3. That's right. I'm like, this is so much better. Acquire a card to cost up to 3 or 4. This is... Okay, so you're going to scrap a gold or a dagger out of your hand, and then you're going to pick up a card of 3 or less for free? That is monstrous. That is huge. And then gain 1 for every card of the topmost faction. Okay, so that's the normal. This is awesome. This is really, really, really good. And then for Barb, we've got the Roar. And we have the Inner Rage. So it's going to cost me 2 each side, so I got to keep that in mind. Let's go ahead. We've got 3 trade to play with. Let's grab this Pester. And we'll grab this Rattling Welcome. So opponent has got a couple options there for a free card. But I'm glad we took the Rattling off the row, obviously. Don't want him to get in that for free. That card is so great. 3 damage, or 3 gold, or 4 damage. And when you get it, it goes to the bottom of your deck. So that means you're going to be looking at it sooner than later. Of course, if you have an ability to draw, like Barbarian is built in, you have a chance of putting it there and getting it right away, if it's close enough. Alright, it's picking up that Vampire for free. Very nice for our opponent there. And this card is so good. And they made it better. This used to just be 4. And then they gave it a built-in trade right away, which I think it needed. Okay, so we are looking here, so we know the Hand Axe and the gold are here. So we are probably not berserking. We do know we got this, but that doesn't combo anything blue, neither does this, but stuff like this does. So we're debating if we want to try to bogart some trade here. But we do have 3 coming up here. So that might be enough to get us into one of these guys. So maybe let's just go ahead and get this guy, especially with our opponent. Going with some champions. Yeah, it's certainly not. But I mean, there are just cards in general that are just good here. But I do, like I said, I really like those Philosopher's Stones in that market deck for the Alchemist, giving you that built-in like mercenary ability, like the Star Realms mercenary ships. Okay, so we've got 6 here, and this to me is going to be a tough call. Okay, so let's go and take a look here, because we can get anything on the row except for Dragonfire. Yeah, I agree with that. So we're really eyeing up that Last Embrace. I really dig that card, but Wild Charger's nose good, the Champion's good. King Street might be pretty phenomenal with our blue cards. We are going to spend some trade. We're almost tempted to Rage, because if anything, we probably could still pick up that Wild Charge. We'll get some extra damage. We're actually... This is tough, this is tough, this is tough. So I think we are actually going to... We're going to get the Rage in here. I got 2 axes, and we ended up drawing all sorts of... Oh, that's even better. Alright, so we're just going to go Dragonfire. Okay, so that worked out probably about the best way possible. We are going to take some Rage damage here. That's okay for this turn. I wanted to get the extra damage off the 2 axes in my hand, and I figured I could draw back up to 5 trade at worst, most likely 6 trade. Again, I wasn't expecting to get the 7 trade. I did, so that worked out well. Dragonfire is phenomenal. I mean, 7 and draw, and then this. So basically, it's 11 and a draw. That's a kill shot card. And if it's not, if you need to survive at the end, it's going to probably take out their row, because it's going to do 4 other champions. You're going to get 7 damage. That's probably enough for you to use to kill off the rest of their stuff. Okay, so we are looking here. I would like to... I'd like to cool down. What's my opponent count coming up here? Nothing great. I'm thinking about grabbing that stupid little tunneler. Let's get another champion in here. Yeah, ooh, flipped over a minstrel. Let's calm down. So we're not sitting there just taking a bunch of damage needlessly. Plus also, though, giving us the ability to rage again when we want to. And our opponent has 7 trade right away for the melody. Oh, this card's so good. So good. And they're scrapping out. They're doing some damage. Okay, so we've got not a lot of great stuff on the row. Soul Transfer, I don't mind because of our built-in draw mechanic. So you can put a champion on top, use your mechanic to draw. We don't have any big champions up, but we might get some. I could also use my rage ability. I got a couple bonuses I'm going to get here. Just debating how much it's going to help later. Let's just buy the Soul Transfer for now. And a Rattling Welcome shows up. Okay. Well, would have got Rattling Welcome in the index, so that's alright. Opponent gets the melody immediately. That's a rough one. We don't like to see that. Ooh, when they get that touch, so that's 9 healing. So I feel like we've been doing good damage this whole game. And our opponent just basically caught right back up to us. So this is going to be interesting. Thanks so much, IGN. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate that challenge. And I appreciate the games in queue as well. Have a great night. So Last Embrace does go. I'm not able to come back around and pick that up. Alright, so we are looking at our damage options because we do want to take out that vampire. I also want to be able to do some stuff here at the trade side. So let's do this. Let's go into rage. There we go. We can at least take out his guy, and we've got up to 6. Now I'm thinking about grabbing this guy instead of this guy because I have a solid Imperial crew going here now. Okay, so let's go and do some damage, a little bit of damage, and we're actually going to take more than we dealt our opponent. So we have to be careful with that. That's one thing I'm always iffy on raging low level. But this will be a good turn for us to cool down. Oh, there's that wild charge again. That wild charge hurts. Hurts a lot. Alright, discard that gold. Let's get that guy going, get that guy going, get that guy going. Alright, so we're going to... let's load up on these Imperial cards here a little bit. I mean, I really like the Explorers, but we need to calm down. Let's go ahead and do so. And let's pass that turnover. We've got the beats provided by Monster Cat, Best 2014 Mix album. I dig this one. It's a good, pretty solid mix. Alright, that melody is just coming around over and over and over. It's so brutal. And there's a wild charge against our opponent. Must be getting, yeah, they're getting scrapped out. So that's bad news for us if they're able to cycle these cards here. 15 damage. We're hurting because they've got some big damage still coming up here as well. You might be in trouble here, kids. Yeah, grabs that Explorer and the other Explorer. 30 damage. What? 30? How did you get 30 damage? Like, just blinked and you doubled your damage. I guess you drew all the damage. Okay. Okay, I'll give you that. Let's discard the plunder. Alright, so we are probably going to put the Inquisitor up on top. The combo with the dragon. And then, how did I not use this? I don't even know. Let's Berserk. Let's get a draw here because we're dead either way. So even taking that damage this turn, well, we're not. He's got hardly any damage. Plus we have a guard. So if I hit him with this, I would like to save that for the stun, but I don't know if we're going to live that long. We'll try it. Let's grab ourselves that raiding party. That's pretty good. Let's gain some life. Let's do a solid hit. Get our opponent below 30 at least. Make a showing of it. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, problem is we're going to be dead as soon as our opponent's able to shuffle here. This is not a good position we're in here. Alright, there's the vampire, so I did draw the goods. Bottom deck junk. Okay, so let's go ahead and... yeah, I guess we're just drawing right away. There's no reason not to. We are berserked. So get our bonuses there. Are we gonna be able to live through? I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible, you know? You never know. Let's go ahead and kill this dude and... oh, jeez. Alright, so they're gonna discard that. So our opponent still has the wild charge and the embrace. That alone is 16 damage. We've got 11 guard. And we're going to get 3 more health here, so that's good. We just need to make sure we calm down now. Let's go ahead. We're going to have 4 total trade. So we'll grab this make camp. Get that. Calm down. And try to live through this turn, but... oh, this is going to be tight. I can't remember. I don't think they had any life gain. I don't think they had... they have no champions. But 15 is still a lot when you're only looking at this. Yeah, because there goes all our champions. Discarding doesn't really mean anything. Draw into garbage. Well, we gave it a shot, boys and girls. And we're going to take our first defeat of the stream. But we did get our opponent down. Down to 6. 6 with a discard too. That'll be a little asterisk on there. That's like when you get a C+ versus a C. Makes you feel better about it. 2 more damage. I got 2 more damage. There it is, there it is. Good game, Zembu. Thank you so much for the challenge. Fail horn on that one. That's alright, that's alright. We're 2-1 for the evening though. We're looking good, looking good. Looking to take a few more challenges, otherwise I'll roll through. I got a bazillion games in queue. I'll be happy to take some of these turns. And then we'll switch over to Star Realms here in a little bit. Let's get a turn in here against Mr. Daly. Yeah, feel free to summon over, Dubs. Be happy to play. Alright, so what do we got here? This must be... we got command... yeah, this is a game where we only took like 1 turn. Berserk it up. So, well... I mean, normally this for me is just Wolfform Slam Dunk, and it probably still will be. But when you've got command and you can grab Kristoff, that's pretty good. I'm gonna take Kristoff. Even though I should take Wolfform. It's a lot more damage. But I got that combo. Why did I hit next game? Let me get out of there. Let's go and leave that here. There we go. We get that challenge from Dubs. We got the level 1 Alchemist. I'll give you your choice of any champion you want to play against. If there's something you want to test it out against. Otherwise, I could play my mighty level 1 alchemist. I could play level 1 barb versus level 1 alchemist. Let me know how you want to roll this. What you want to do in the rope-a-dope. Nah, that's alright. Sure, let's do it up. Let me grab my alchemist here. There we go, I got Mixist. Level 1 versus level 1, let's do it up here. So as you guys saw, there is lots of action going on the... Oh, that's the wrong game. Lots of action on the Hero Realms Dungeons Kickstarter. Lots of stretch goals announced. And you may recognize a certain person. I will be in that set as a promo card, one of the stretch goals. So very excited about that. Dustin Imperial Fist. Maybe I'll throw a picture of that here in a moment. Let me pull it up here real quick, actually, while we're talking about it. All right, let me grab this here real quick. Yeah, so, you know, sometimes they'll reach out to you and they'll talk to you a little bit about it, and Darwin kind of mentioned they're looking at making like a paladin, like a big tough paladin looking guy. I'm like, I'm in, let's do it up. And when I saw the artwork for this, I was blown away. Let me change the size of that here so it doesn't quite take up the whole thing. But this is the conceptual art. Some people's art, I guess, is getting changed. Some people don't like the way the faces look or the backgrounds were. I think my cards, don't touch my card, leave it alone. I think it looks phenomenal. So once again, they go all out. I thought my Star Realms art was awesome, and then I saw this, I'm like, holy smokes, that is so cool. So yeah, definitely, if I'm thinking like, you know, paladin type guy, this is spot on. So yeah, very, very stoked about that. And yeah, excited to see that come out in the release. Let me go and hide that there. All right, perfect. Let's get back to the action. So that will be available. I don't know how they're doing the Kickstarter promos for as far as the digital game. I don't know if they're just going to be in there right away. All right, I get sacrifice one from hand and the reflection. Okay. So let's go ahead and just do this. Play these guys out. Yeah, super stoked when I saw that art. I mean, they do it up. Let's grab this guy. He's got a big butt, doesn't do a lot, but does good damage, and he's got a big butt and goes to the bottom of the deck. So some bonuses there. Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how they put that stuff in. And now, if they're going to go back and do some of the other stuff like the ancestry and all that. Yeah, that's what I hear. It's all going to go into the beta first. So we're kind of talking about that. I think that might have been right before you got in here. I think it's super cool that they're doing that. The changes that we're going to influence into the game are actually going to influence the printed versions of the cards. I think that's phenomenal. Level 24, that's crazy. Yeah. I think it's cool. I think there's going to be so much cool stuff that they've kind of like honed their craft through Star Realms, Cthulhu Realms, you know, a little bit, Epic, and then the first start of Hero Realms, and they've really taken off with Hero Realms as far as some of these advancements, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm all about it. So I am going to scrap this dagger. I don't know if that's the right play, but that's the way I've been playing this guy to start out. And Rattling is there. But yeah, I'm going to do the same thing Dubs did. We've got some 6s, 7s, and 8s on the board that are needing some attention. So we're certainly going to go ahead and give them that attention by trying to get some trade to purchase them. So yeah, lots of stretch goals have come out. I can't remember how many stretch goals, 30 stretch goals or something have come out. Lots of community members. I know someone had mentioned that they were concerned, I guess the best way I'll put it, that their card wasn't mentioned yet, though they had won a event before some of the other people that were announced. The only thing I would say about that is they don't seem to have a rhyme or reason how they put stuff out. I wouldn't look any further into it than that. And they all, I mean, we had, like, my example is when the command set came out for Star Realms, and all the commanders except for one were Legends event winners. And there are people that won Legends events before any of those commanders. And one of the commanders, keep in mind, is actually a fake person, not a real person. So that could have been another real person. So anyways, the whole point is there's no rhyme or reason the order they do it. I wouldn't sweat it and just give it some time. I'm sure it'll be out there. Yeah, Fire Gem Race Off, or the Explorer Race for those familiar with the Star Realms terms. Right, so we do have the 6 here. So my opponent's got the double robbery, which is pretty huge. It does grab the dragon. So the king is out there, but Rat Swarm, I mean, this card, 9 damage, hello, expends all your opposing champions, so you can sneak by him and go for the kill. When you buy it, it goes on the bottom, so you're going to get it quick. And you can combo to draw a card. Yes, please. We're all about that. So we'll keep those fire gems around. So we'll try to make a run at some of these bigger cards. This is unfortunate. I did not get either of my Philosopher's Stones to pair up with the Rat Swarm, so I don't get the draw. That stinks. And especially because I got the Frothing Potion too. That really stinks. If I would have got, a stone, I could have got some good action going on here. Unfortunately, that's just not a great turn. We're actually gonna buy one more stone. One more gem. I mean, I'm an alchemist. Maybe I'll do some stuff with that. Make some things happen. All right, so we are looking at a tight game 41-41 versus the Dubs player. Our opponent is able to sync up the Philosopher's Stone and the Frothing Potion. So that works for them. I do get my Philosopher's Stone now, but cards I have are not combo type cards, unfortunately. Yeah, neither one of those combo for anything. So we've got 6 again now, though. So now we're going to grab the king. And we're going to get rid of these fire jumps here, because now it's getting down to the wire, and our opponent just dropped 20 damage on us. So we got to watch out for that. And of course we drew a hand like this. Like, come on now. Come on now. I don't have any more fire jump. I got one more down there. All right, no big deal. We'll see what we can do here with this hand. If we still live. Okay, we do. So this is a... Do we have any need to combo anything? Let's just combo blue for the heck of it in case we need to use this ability. Are we going to be able to kill our opponent's dude? So there's 3 damage. This can get us 4 or 5 damage. We have to buy something so that'll get us 6. So unfortunately we can't spend 7 or 8 because we need two for this. Jig, you're absolutely right. You're 100% correct. But the fact that I wasn't looking at my deck means it's still a surprise. So, take that. Let's go ahead and draw the Bounty Hunter. I don't know if I want to get this dude or not. This guy's not going to help me at all. Does give me an opportunity to combo some more with these blue cards though, so we'll buy it. We'll do this here, so we'll do that. It's going to get us another damage. Now we gotta try to live and do some stuff. I don't think that's gonna do it. Yeah, especially our opponent's drop and drag below on us for a saucy 9 damage by itself. Gets the stone again with the frothing potion. We're down to 10. Our opponent just shuffled. Things are not looking good. We have no outpost, no guards. I didn't get Philosopher's Stone again. So frothing potion's not even gonna let me draw a card. The shuffles have been rough, to say the least. Shuffles have been rough. Alright, so I'm assuming we're dead this turn. Maybe. But we'll see what happens here. There's 4 damage. Only need 6 more damage. There it is. Good game, Mr. Dubs. Good game. Oh, he's gonna play it out. Yeah, that was rough. Absolutely nothing I could do there. I kept missing the Philosopher's Stone to pair up with any of my cards that had the abilities there, and that can really slow down the Alchemist. Especially you don't have a lot of other cards with draw mechanics and things of that nature, so rip on that one. So I appreciate that challenge as well, though, so that's all that one went. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and jump. Yeah, you were hitting the stone and the potion combo with a card on like repeat. It was like almost every cycle you had that going, and that really put me far behind. This completed Alchemist game, awesome. Glad I could help out with that. All right, let's go and hop over to some Star Realms action. I hope some of you guys stick around for that, or for the Star Realms players that stopped in for that. Now is your time to shine. Let's go ahead and change our category on the Twitch for the Star Realms. There it is. We're up and running. I've got a challenge from Baggio and Darth Binkley. I believe this is for BGG. And Darth Binkley might be also for BGG. I believe it is. Let me take a look here. What is this? Yes, this is BGG. So I'll go ahead and take my turn here. I can get up to 6, which I guess could give me Obliterator. Nothing to sneeze at there. Our opponent doesn't have much going on, though. But, I mean, I'd really like to get my hands on that machine base, but you know what? Obliterator's still Obliterator. Especially when heroes are in play, so you have a chance of getting a green hero to trigger the combo for that free draw. And then Baggio, I'm just going to double check, but no, I don't think this is BGG, so I wonder what this challenge is for. Might be. Let's take a look here.
Ready, set, go.
Baggio, this is for BGG. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and accept that. And then we'll go ahead and take that turn. All right, I'm just going to respond to... Perfect. We're good there. I apologize for that. Let's take a look. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in, Dubs. Thank you so much for the game. And again, make sure you guys check out Dubs' channel on Wednesday evenings, 8:30 Central, where some Premier Hero Realms streaming. All right, Baggio has got events and heroes, but no frontiers. All right, so I mean, we got cargo back here. I mean, that basically says buy me. Here's where we run into it. So we've got a 20% chance of hitting that second Viper. And if we do, we're going to be sad because our opponent for sure is getting Cargo Mech. Oh, baby, we hit it. Cargo Mech deck 1 is just brutal. It's 4 trade and a scrap from hand or discard. That is phenomenal. Would have been awesome to get it there, but we didn't. That's okay. All right, we've got our first challenge here from Matt the Cutter Newberg. Matt and I do a big deck challenge apparently. Best 2 out of 3 usually on my stream each week. Anyone else, of course, feel free to send over challenges. Happy to take those. Otherwise, we'll play these games out here with the Cutter. And it's not even an issue for me to jump in between my games with him and other people as well. So by all means, if you do send one, don't feel like you have to wait. All right, so Matt sent us again, big deck. We have everything but missions and command decks. So events, gambits, heroes, tech, rec, all the goods, dual faction cards. We've got a spicy opening row here. This is a spicy row. There's a lot of different ways you could go here. These obviously are tempting cards. I like the idea of a Predator with a Recycle Bot. I am actually going to grab this Recycle Bot. Okay, let's talk this out. So trade mission is going to give us 4 trade. And then a ship we buy, we're going to put on top. But keep in mind, our opponent then is going to get to draw 2 cards. So right now, our opponent is going to be able to get Mothership. And unless we want to pop this guy here. So I've got a couple different ways I could do this. One thought process is throw the security craft on top, draw it with my Unlikely Gambit, and then use this for blue to get 3 trade back. So that's going to give me 3, 4, 5. Would only get to 6 that way. So I'm not going to get Mothership. And we're not really interested in letting our opponent. I mean, is that worthwhile if we get all that? If we get like Craft and this? I don't think so. I think Mothership is too good. Of course, getting Predator. So the other problem here is that we pop this here now. Yeah, we could get Mothership, but we're not going to get like probably anything else. So we don't know how that's going to play out either. Whereas our opponent's going to have anywhere from probably 4 to 7 trade next turn. So they can pick up multiple small pieces. The other option is doing the security craft, put it on top, getting 3 trade, 4, 5. I could still pick up like Predator. I could do like a little green-blue combo with some scrap. Let's go in. Oh, okay, so we have up to 8 trade. Let's go in. Let's just get the Mothership call today. Stealth Needle pops up. You can't go wrong with Mothership. So you can't, so it's alright. Let's see what our opponent wants to do. Our opponent is going to go aggro. They're going to go Predator. Multiple reasons, obviously. And Stealth Needle, unfortunately. I was really hoping we could get that Stealth Needle this turn. That's not meant to be, unfortunately. So we have lots of options here. So we're going to draw off of this rip. We have up to 3 trade. Don't want to buy anything before I flip my deck. Probably not, I don't think. Explorer is possible. So we have 1 draw, potentially 2 draws. Both the Vipers here. Let's just go and flip it. So our opponent's kind of doing a little bit of everything there. Kinda, sorta want to not draw another card and leave this at an even 5 here. I think we're going to go and do that. We're actually going to grab the security craft here. And of course we reveal a assault pod, which is down what we want to reveal. But is what it is. Yeah, so opponent's definitely going to take that. Easy purchase for that deck that they're designing. The Predator and a Salt Pod and a Stealth Needle combo. Let's get a Solar Skip as well. Maybe to ping off of that Trade Hauler would be pretty huge. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I was tempted to not scrap and get that Trade Hive, but because the Moonward popped, we're going to grab that Moonward hatchling. And see how this works out here. Oh, I can move my noggin for this game. There we go. On Hero Realms, you're blocking like semi-important information with my big old head. We'll go there. Good to go. There we go. Alright, so opponent is able to pick up the Trade Hive, which is not what we want to see our opponent being able to do, but they did. Are we interested in trying to draw another, or are we satisfied with the Star Market? I think we're satisfied with the Star Market because A, Star Market is just awesome in general, but we also have a Security Craft. So if our opponent doesn't want to kill the Star Market, it's going to be a great combo with Security Craft every time, giving us 3 free trade. There, unfortunately, goes the Peacekeeper. Not what we wanted to see, of course, there either. But that is what happened. Forcer Max shows up. Bottom decked our Scrapper, unfortunately. So we are probably needing, obviously, Swarming Point's awesome. I'm thinking, with our opponent getting that much life, yeah, we need that guy. Keep in mind also our opponent has Surprise Assault, which is 8 damage in 1 shot. This will be huge if our opponent can't combo anything with the Trade Hive, and they could not, so that is phenomenal for us. Very, very lucky on our part. This is pretty good. This seems alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and scrap that there. And then I'm thinking we want to... Ugh. Tough stuff, tough stuff. Let's go ahead and buy the Light Cruiser just because it's good in general, but oh, okay, well... Kind of want the free base skill, but honestly, let's get the trade. Did get a draw out of that as well, of course. Alliance Frigate. Can get up to 5. I mean, it's almost tempting to grab some of this yellow here. And of course, more bases to trigger off the Star Market is not a bad thing. Let's grab the War World. That's a must-kill card every time that's out, so we like that. Okay, that was a good turn. Alright, opponent's got 5 trade. Grabs the Battle Barge, obviously good purchase, and does score the... Oh, kills the Star Market. You're never quite sure if they're going to use it on that or not, or they're going to let you stick it out there, but with the hidden base, it's pretty much a must kill, so I don't fault them at all. We're going to grab another base here. And honestly, we are going to grab the Star Barge. We're yellowing up here pretty nicely. Even with our big green ship and our scrappers, we're yellowing up pretty nicely. So we're okay with that. So we got kind of a weird opening hand here. There's the Solar Skip with the Stealth Needle. You do see that once in a while. Not too bad getting a double draw. And our opponent apparently drew all their non-starters. So, and they got some great cards coming up here still. Great cards coming up. Alright, so unfortunately we're not looking good here. Let's just gain the life. Do the damage past turn. But this is the type of hand you get after something like that, so sometimes that happens. Of course, we gotta live here. We're not dead. We are discarding, unfortunately, but that's okay. We'll discard this guy. It's the least important. great card combos there. We are going to kill that base for free. We did gain back some life. We're going to grab this gunship. Trade bot is not going to be effective this late in the game. And I think we're going to hold off on the hidden base one more turn. Maybe. Alright, trade hive action with a predator, so it's a double draw. Cycles the deck. I mean, could combo off here, take us out. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Probably buy a patrol mech. Oh, grabs the base. That I'm a little surprised, just because of how long it's going to be till they get them. But it could be just fishing for events as well. But didn't grab the trade bot. So let's go ahead and mothership it up. Alright, so we've got some phenomenal yellow crew coming in, and that is actually going to take down the game. I was not expecting that. Let's red that up. Oh, it's not an outpost. I don't need to do that. Alright, never mind. So we took that down. Game 1 versus the Cutter Matt. Phenomenal game there. I was not expecting to rip off those bases all together, but it did work out. So great game 1. I'm going to turn in here with the Baggio player while we're waiting for Matt to send over game 2. Okay, so this is going to continue to look really good for us here. So we're going to grab the War Elder. When it rains, it pours, I guess. Yes, we're going to put the missile bot on top. And then because he's playing events with not a lot of sets, this card is like king. Oh yeah, not a problem, man. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for sending in the challenge regardless. Matt's going to head out for the evening then, so we'll finish this turn here. And then we'll get rid of that, and that's going to look really good for us getting the scrap game going here. So if anyone else wants to send over a challenge for Star Wars, feel free. Otherwise, I'll fire up some random Q games as well. I also can hop back over to Hero Realms as well, so just give me a shout if you have any preference either way. Otherwise, we'll see if the Baggio player is playing real time. If he is, we'll get another turn in there. So they are not immediately playing. All right, so we'll go and we'll do a new game then. Let's go and hop in the queue here. Let's do a new game, quick start, and see what we end up with. Not been playing a ton of Star Realms outside of a few leagues. Got the Zembu challenge in here, so let's go ahead and cancel out of this. But because we're also doing dodgeball right now, and then I'm in 1 or 2 tournaments. But I've also been super busy with work. I had to do some studying for a new test I had to get for a new securities license and all that good stuff. So that tied me up for quite a bit. Zembo sending over quite the assortment. All the top row, all the middle row minus missions, and then frontiers. So we got some events. We got both sets of heroes, both of the gambits, and 1 and 2 for the promos. Absolutely. Let's go and hop in here. I know how that works, trust me. Get that kiddo and they're like, are they going to go back to sleep? They're going to stay up? Alright, they're sleeping for a few minutes. I'll sneak a game in. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire this up here. Got that turn 1 trade bot, and then where they're going with this 2 trade. Opponent also has a smuggling run and acceptable losses. That is huge. That is ridiculous. Look at this start. And then opponents got acceptable losses, so they can scrap out 2 from their hand here. I mean, we're going to pick up a mining mech, which is pretty good. But I still feel like we're behind, if you can imagine that. So let's go ahead and do so. Let's get our 1 damage in, pass turn. This is going to be an interesting game. Alright, so our opponent does scrap out. They scrap out both their Vipers. So opponent has no Vipers left in deck. They've got lots of trades, so they are probably, unfortunately, going to beat us to the Mega Hauler. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. The best thing we can do is try to set ourselves up in the best situation to try to grab that just in case. So if our opponent can't get it right here...
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Our opponent was not able to grab it. So we will, but I'm not going to act like this is a sort of slam dunk because our opponent has damage. Yeah, but look what you've got coming up here. You've got triple scrap, basically, and purchase anything you want. I've got this. So, by no means is that like a slam dunk. It's great. It's good. But it's, you know, not like that turn one arc where it's like, okay, when our opponent's it's already scrapped out 2 from hand, and it's got multiple more scraps here this turn. Puts a border fort on top. Did our opponent bottom deck both the other scrappers? They did. So that's helpful for us. So our opponent missed 3 scraps this deck. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of that Viper of ours. And so our opponent's got a pretty aggro deck here, though, unfortunately. So that's going to be tough for us. We're going to grab this Plasma Bot. Ooh, Fed. We don't have enough no matter what we do. 4. Oh, I've got 5. I cannot count, by the way. Math is hard. That is my brain when introduced with a math problem. It's like, oh man, I really want to get that Federation Cruiser. Too bad I only have exactly enough for it. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be a rough one. Our opponent getting that border fort out there. We're a little light on damage ourselves here. See what we're able to pull off. Hammerhead analysis. I love me Hammerhead. So let's get the mining going. I'm actually going to pop the energy shield as well. I will get my Hammerhead one way or another. It will happen, so we dig that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that action going here. Fortunately, we can't get through the fort. We got 4 trade. I do like me some customs frigates, but I also like getting a base out there that our opponent either leaves out there and lets us gain life every turn, or has to put damage into it and basically saves us 5 damage. Alright, opponent's looking at buying something. Are they going for that warp gate? Yep, they are. Grabbing that warp gate. Ooh, cutter. Does our opponent have one more trade? They do not. Ooh. And our opponent leaves the cutter up for us, but there's a blob carrier and family out there, so that's gonna make our decision a little more interesting. Yeah, especially with our opponent having greens. I don't think we can pass up that blob carrier. So we are gonna get some damage in there, a little bit of life gain back. Hit our opponent with the 1 discard and draw poop. Absolute poop on that draw. Opponent's going to cycle the deck. Opponent is down to 13 cards now. That's not good for us. Yeah, turbo scrap machine here. Picks up the kata. Alright, so we're going to discard there. We'll pick up the battle barge and we'll pick up the old Corvette. Corvette is great with Mega Hauler and with Hammerhead. And Blob Carrier, but I have no green to activate Blob Carrier. He's just there to do 7 damage, which I'm not complaining about at all. So we got a pretty tight game here. Our opponent is way ahead on the scrap game though. Our opponent has some good damage cards. So that's going to make this a little spicy. Blob World goes bye-bye. Opponent does pick up that supply depot. Digging it. Okay, so here's where things change. So immediately I was looking at Hammerhead with Mega Hauler, picking up the Light Cruiser with the Mega Hauler, draw with the Hammerhead, use the Hammerhead, but our opponent flipped us a Blob Bot. We have a Mighty Mech and we have a Blob Carrier. So we can trigger the Blob Carrier, we can trigger both sides of the Blob Bot, we can trigger the Mighty Mech. That's actually going to end up being our play here. We're going to get a lot of utility out of this play here. Scrap. Scrap. I could throw Destroyer Bot on top instead of Light Cruiser. And then I'm going to be able to get it, and I'm going to get 2 scraps for sure. I could hose this here, though. Right now, I'm going to get those 2 together for sure. I'm still going to put something on top either way, so I guess it doesn't matter. Just debating if I'm interested in this mobile market more than getting these 2 guys here. I am going to put that Destroyer Bot on top. I want to get that scrap in there. Ooh, now the question is still... Mobile market's so good with Mega Hauler. It's ridiculous, and all this actually, but we'll grab the Light Cruiser. There we go, Special Ops Director. Okay, so that'll work. So let's go ahead and pop the Ops Director. That's going to trigger my draw with Mega Hauler. I get to use Destroyer Bot this turn. I don't hose this square deck of 5 here. That's going to stay the same. Let's put that out there. And I'm tempted, honestly, to pick up Spike Cluster because of Blob Carrier. And I do have the Battle Barge, but mostly because of Blob Carrier. There we go. So let's see what we can do here. So that was a good hand to catch up on with our opponent. Try to get back in the game. Again, Barry's got this Turbo Scrap Machine going, and it is brutal. Does take the Warning Beacon away and gets hit with the Black Hole for it, though. Oh my goodness, he... opponent chooses to take 8 damage instead of 4 for not discarding the Warning Beacon. I guess the beacon does 2 damage to me, and I have to do 2 to it, so that technically the trade-off is 4. I get that. How bad do I want to scrap? Do I want to pay 4 life to scrap a card, basically? I do not. As much as I really wanted to line that up to get that to work, I'm not doing that. We'll take out the bases, we'll gain the life. And we're going to scrap this. Because we're not going to see it again. Deck's going to shuffle. Yeah, like I said, when you add up the math still comes out the same. It's just a different way of doing it. So I would have totally understood at first. I was like, holy cow, he's taking 4 damage, keep that, it's only 2. But no, because you're doing 2 damage to me, so it's a 4-point swing for that card either way. See what we can do here. Hopefully that turn was good enough to bring us back, because we drew a monster hand here. Would be even better. Certain things sort of happen here in the trade row, but we can't control everything. Our opponent is dropping down some bombs and gaining some life. Our opponent is completely scrapped out of starters. That's bad news for us. That is not good. But this is the type of hand where it might not matter. We'll see. So opponent did flip. Oh man. Opponent's got lots of big damage out there. There we go. Merc Battlecruiser works for me. I was like, I really hope we can get a decent sized ship to flip here. That will definitely do that. That'll fit the bill for me. Let's grab that Merc Battlecruiser. Let's combo off the Fed Cruiser. Let's hammerhead. Let's do this with yellow. Let's draw to discard. Alright, so let's go ahead and scrap that. And then I think that should be enough. There it is. Tight game there. Tight game at the end. 31-3, -3, I don't think tells the whole story of that game because Barry, as I mentioned, was completely scrapped out and was looking good. Thank you so much for the challenge, sir. I really appreciate it. Dion stopping in. Very cool. Dion was also a winner of a promo Templar Bramer card. I'll be doing that again sometime soon. I do have some more promos of my Templar Bramer card that I'll be happy to do some shenanigans with and maybe a little raffle action. Barry, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate hanging out. Thank you so much. So I'm glad you're able to get that. And I did throw one in there for the lady as well. So hopefully she enjoyed that. You can't send one to one spouse if they both play Star Realms and not send one to the other. Come on. Okay, let's go and get our turn in here with the Baggio player. He did respond. And hope everything is going good for the two of you and for the little one there. And the not so little one. Alright, let's go and take a look here. Alright, so we've got just these guys here. Bed Shipyard is actually looking really good, but the Hive works really good as Battle Screecher, but I kind of like, I want to make sure I got some trade. I played the card and I feel like I should just buy the Shipyard either way. But Hive is so good. But I'm getting scrapped down already. You know, scrap the Shipyard. I don't normally honestly buy the card a ton. I don't know why. It's okay, you know, it's a 6 outpost. It gives you trade. It can combo to do some stuff. I have no blue, but we are playing with heroes, so something could happen. And I will go ahead and send another challenge out to the Nethers and see what we come up with here. So if anyone is feeling spicy, feel free to send over a challenge. If we don't get any games, maybe I'll play one more Star Realms and maybe we'll end the night with another game of Hero Realms or something. We'll figure it out. There it is, Nautical Stew in the queue. Nautical Stew, I had the pleasure of meeting him at Origins last year. So let's take a look here. We're playing a lot of stuff. No command decks, no gambits, no missions. Otherwise, everything. Interesting. Well, not really interested in letting my opponent have double patrol boat if I can stop it, so we'll grab one. Maybe we end up with both. Daily is sent over a challenge. We'll be happy to take that. Let me finish this up. So that did force our opponent to buy the other one, which is kind of cool because, you know, hopefully that means we influence their decision a little bit by forcing them to do something that maybe they might not have wanted to. Let's grab out an Explorer. I feel like if we're a little too trade light going into deck 2, we're not going to be able to pick up like a 5 or a 6 if we have an opportunity. Alright, there was that light cruiser and a Corvette. That's bad. Well, we'll grab that repair mech. I mean, I love some of these cards here, but we'll take a 3 trade card all day this early in the game for sure. Alright, so opponent is loading up on the yellows. Luckily, we'll get the space station away from them. And there is a trade envoy there. So maybe we'll be scrapping the trade envoy is what it looks like is probably going to happen. They do pick up that cargo rocket. Cool thing about cargo rocket, it gives you life, gives you trade, all that stuff, but it doesn't give you more than one trade. So honestly, I think we're going to leave that trade envoy there. And let's go ahead and kill this Commander Click. I can't leave that out there for our opponent, unfortunately. And we're going to have to pop Space Station to buy it. That hurts. Alright, we'll grab the trade wheel. Yeah, that hurt. We wanted to keep that Space Station around, soak up some damage. All right, we'll get this mobile market now. But yeah, you can't leave that Alliance Frigate out there. It's so good. Our opponent is being disciplined. 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6. So we are actually going to... Yeah, I don't want to leave Night Star out there. I really want Pulverizer instead, but I don't want to leave Night Star out there with our opponent having that much Imperial. Or a Star Empire. St. Hero Realms, Star Empire. Our opponent does not pick up Pulverizer. I'm kind of surprised, but that's alright. Opponent does pick up that Command Center, though, which is really good for their deck. Yeah, we've got to kill that Mega Mech. Can't leave that out there. Pick up that guy, even though we're not going to see him for a long time. 2.5 hands here of this deck still to go. Well, this is looking good. It's looking real good. Grab that Trade Envoy. Let's get rid of that. Let's grab that Solar Skiff. There we go. We're going to leave the base out there. We're going to need it to soak damage. Our opponent's got a nice little aggro deck going. Yeah, we need to soak some of that damage a little bit if we can. I don't think we're doing anything here. We're going to have to play Disciplined as well. That's good. That's a good combo there. Get some good life gain off of both of those cards together. They do get that space station, which is huge. Alright, big turn for our opponent. Opponent's got some good action coming up on us, unfortunately, but we did get some good, solid life gain that turn, which is going to be much, much needed. Alright, not a lot going on there. Did get some 6 damage on us. Okay, so let's go ahead and... I mean, I could buy the Embassy base, which is actually pretty darn tempting. Over Pulverizer, though, huh? You know what? Let's do it. Why not? This, unfortunately, stinks. We gotta leave their base out there. Could really hurt us. So I can be able to kill our base pretty easily. Yeah, and then they got the triple. Okay, they would have had it either way. They got 4 Star Empire, my goodness. Cycling the deck. Yeah, that's a bad turn for us. That's almost a turn worthy of ending the game, unfortunately. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Not going to kill anything with that. We're not going to do anything really this turn, unfortunately. They got a lot of outposts to soak our damage. Oh my goodness. It's just about as bad of a draw as you could get there. They did too, but let's see what they got in these 4. I was trying to take a peek if I can. Kind of a mixture there. Depending on what they draw. Yeah, that's... Okay, we got Stealth, that's good. Not the worst card to draw there. Don't have anything really that's going to go on there. Let's Stealth up red. Alright, we've got to do something here. Oh my... Well, we'll see what the Embassy base draws. Oh Jesus, never mind, we're just dead. What a bummer. They look like they had nothing and then they drew that action. So, that stinks. You got beat down there. Alright, we do have this challenge from Daily. That's not for Daily, that's for our Lost Nautical Stew there, Nick you. Daily sent us over middle row with missions. So again, we got Colony Wars, Cosmic Gambits, Promo Year 2, Command Deck Heroes, United Heroes, Assault, and Missions. Alright, let's do it up, sir. good luck to you. And missions are still poopers, but that's besides the point. Alright, so opponent has asteroid mining and acceptable losses. That's alright. Definitely feel like you can play whatever you'd like to play. I definitely have my preferred sets, but definitely love playing all of them. We've got veteran pilots and gray market. So we don't know what our opponent's gambits are, of course. Or not gambits, but missions. So see if we can try to figure them out. By all means, just as normal, just a disclaimer. I know some people talk about it, some people don't. As a streamer, I do not care if you're watching my stream, you see my cards, you see my missions. That's part of the deal. We're not playing some high-level competitive tournament. And do not feel like you need to divulge your information to me either. Sometimes people feel like they need to do that, and that's not needed at all. Alright, so we've got Monopolize, Diversify, and Influence. Okay, so this will be interesting. Unfortunately, we can't... Oh yeah, we can get Trade Dollar and Bounty Hunter. And we might end up just doing that. Opponent did snag a couple of blues away from us. Let's take a look here. Trade... yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to make the blues one cheaper, grab that up. And then grab that Bounty Hunter as well. So our opponent grabbed 2 blue ships, we grabbed 2 blue ships, and we're off to the races. Opponent's getting some acceptable losses. Scrapping going on. Were those a Viper and a Scout? Okay, so a little bit of both. Our opponent picks up that repair bot. Alright, we are going to grab this Chairman Hagen. And then pass turn. Our opponents grabbed that Peacekeeper away from us, unfortunately. Not much we can do there. Okay, so we've got Diversify, which we probably can do this turn. So we will just need to pop the Hagen to trigger the life gain and get that 4 trade out there. Usually I just automatically default to grabbing the 4 other trade, especially this early in the game. So we'll do that. For my missions, Coalition Messenger makes the most sense, and a Commander Click actually, so I guess I didn't need to play. Oh no, I did 2 to trigger that. Wreckers out there. Alright. We'll grab this just because we can scrap it out. Otherwise, I normally wouldn't be grabbing that. Alright, they do grab themselves. Yo, Parasite. Alright, so I could potentially get up to 6. That doesn't do much for us. This whole hand doesn't do much except for it does some good damage. Alright, we're good. We're gonna pass turn. Opponent's got that Peacekeeper combo going. And they grab the Wrecker, so it's hard to tell what our opponent's missions are, because they are grabbing the best cards available. Okay. I got an idea. Watch this. Watch this action. We're going to grab the battle bot. Ooh, we can't get that anyways. Alright, we're going to put the battle bot on top. We're going to Commander Click the battle bot. We're going to draw the battle bot. We're going to scrap out the Scout. We're going to buy the Warning Beacon. And we have a mission completed. We have Influence completed. 2 Explorers to hand. Nothing wrong with that. Let's grab the Frontier Station. There we go, get some good damage in there, and pass turn. Sometimes you just gotta mess around, and some of these missions you just have to finesse them. All right, there we go. Unite 3 from different factions. Again, just 3 solid cards in general, but works out for that mission absolutely. All right, does get that warning beacon going. Taking out mining and doing a little bit of damage as well. We'll grab the Explorer just because if we can pick up that Factory World, we're all about that. Not with that hand, that's okay. Our opponents, they have a shot at it with the right draw. This is looking like the right draw. Congratulations. There you go, Factory World on the house. That's just a card that it doesn't matter what your missions are. It doesn't. First of all, because it's going to be able to just probably help you complete 1 or 2 of them by itself, just by the ability of buying stuff directly to hand. Oh my goodness, we just bottom decked everything. Sky sent us a challenge. Appreciate the challenge, Sky. Sky, I don't know if they're in the house, but they've been sending me some challenge recently. Been enjoying those games. Been going about 50-50. I think I was winning the first couple pretty handedly, and then Sky's just been coming back and taking me down almost every other game. So playing very well. Alright, so we are looking at this action. Yeah, we're not going to do anything with this here. Well, we will grab this here. Not going to hurt. I'm probably not getting my last mission here, unfortunately. This is the other thing that I sometimes don't like about the missions play, is because sometimes you just don't even get an opportunity to complete a mission, either because a card's scrapped out or whatever, or I played some games where it's like a base of that color just never even shows up. Like, what are you supposed to do there? Alright, so we have a trade hauler along with an explorer that's going to let us get a colony sea ship directly in the hand. We're all about that. We'll get rid of this. Yeah, I've definitely had those games for sure, trust me. And you're like, it's unfair because you don't even have an opportunity. Ravager at this point, looking pretty good. Alliance transport, not looking as good as damage. All right, see what we can do. And opponent is got the wrecker piece. I mean, oh my goodness. Usability 2 different factions. My goodness, look at these cards. This is like top tier cards across the row. This is tough. Lots of scrap going on. The parasite on top of it, my goodness. So I'll give you some feedback here. You've got commander click up there. I definitely would have commander clicked out my Viper to trigger the Alliance transport discard there. Wouldn't have been disastrous for me, but it definitely would have been probably better than just playing it out. Yeah. Alright, so let's go and grab this Lancer here. Let's put that Lancer on top. Alright, we have enough to take out the bases. That's really about it, and we're not doing anything else. Alright, so we'll go and pass turn there. Yeah, sometimes some of these ally abilities with the heroes, there you go. Just, it's so easy to play out the cards, and sometimes you have to really pace it out. So our opponent could definitely either put us away or they could find their last mission somehow and knock us out that way. We've been stuck on our third mission the entire game. Not much we can do with it though. Alright, we got discard 1. Alright, so we'll grab this storage silo. Let's go ahead and scrap out a couple of these bad boys here. Alright, nothing there gonna help us out too much. Do some damage and pass turn. Our opponent though, unfortunately... Oh my goodness, look at this. Just a handful of starters. The misery, and then the deck not looking too much better. So we should be dead this turn. I can't possibly imagine a scenario where we're still alive here. Yeah, 21 damage. 26. He's got Leviathan, so he can just grab Probot or Swarmer. Two-hand and then kill us. Get the style points with the Probot. I like it. There it is. Good game. Good game. Yeah, missions are so tough because I was stuck looking for a blue base. Factory Roll is the first blue base we saw. Like, it's like the best base or possibly card in the game. Yes, it's okay, exactly. Star Empire. There's an 8-cost one that just finally showed up. It's like, what? So, yeah, missions are pretty weird like that. Let's get this turn here with Baggio. Good game, though. Thank you so much. And that is for me for losing. Alright. Here's what I'm talking about. If they are playing events, especially not a lot of expansions, of course you have the black hole. Alright, whatever. We'll do it. And I'll grab this cutter. But yeah, oh, hang on. I'm so used to Hero Realms where it'll do the attack for you. I love getting that Screecher. Sky sending over the vanilla only challenge. We'll grab that up. Again, I don't know if Sky is live here now. Oh my goodness. We're going to say a little prayer that our opponent gets 1 Scout and 2 Vipers. If our opponent does, they got one of them. It's unfortunate. Man, it's like double cutter off the rip. Oh, our opponent's going to get cutter and supply bot start. That's pretty good for them. We're going to get cutter patrol mech, which while it sounds better because it's more damage, more trade, this is not going to scrap for a while, or supply bot's going to do, yep. Oh my goodness, drew the perfect 3 as well, so it's a no-brainer. All right, let's go. We're off to the races. All right. They didn't draw so hot there. Yeah, they're going to get flagship, but if they didn't have cutter, I'd be tempted to take the central office there. But they're going to get it no matter what. Ooh. Okay, I was eyeing up, obviously, or not obviously, honestly, Junkyard, because I'd like to get that base and a combo with the patrol mech, but we can't let that guy go out there. Not what we're looking for, but I'll take it over nothing. Nice junk can, which is not the worst thing. 4 trade to get a space station would have been nice. Get us something, yep. Oh, perfect. You couldn't have got almost anything better there. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Give me that missile bot. Give me the missile bot. Perfect. Scrap out that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait, we didn't want the missile bot. We wanted anything else but that. Command chip, hello. That's okay. Let's get the double. Let's get the Vipers out of there since it's still early-ish. Oh, they've got 8. That hurts. So now I'm almost debating. We'll still grab the central office, but man, that hurts the morale. Alright, flagship it up. We've got 7 again. Battle mech is looking real saucy there. Get rid of these guys. And we're off to the races. No more explorers. Scrapping things out. Alright, let's do it up. Opponent picks up that mech world, which is huge. Oh, we got a beatdown coming down our way. I don't really want Fed Shuttle, but I think this situation, it might not be the worst card. If I don't take it though, this is gonna be a weird situation where I think I am gonna grab it. Just because I'm gonna be able to combo it immediately with all this stuff here. Yeah, like I'm gonna get good use out of it right away. Okay, so now we can grab something. Hive or I really don't want junkyard, but Hive I can't really justify when I do need the junkyard. I do need the scrap. I do need the combo with my patrol mech. Yeah, putting out the outposts is big right now, and the cutter sent us over another challenge. So we'll get over to that here in just a moment. As soon as Sky doesn't play real time, we'll hop over there. And again, because I don't know if Sky is actually here real time. I'll say, okay, so we'll assume Sky is not. Stop for a moment. Let's go ahead and get this game in here with the cutter. So the cutter did take us down in game 1, just as a reminder. Real tight game. And we'll go ahead and get this game 2 in here. I think they took us down in game 1. Oh no, we won. Look at that. All right, never mind. We won game 1. Dominated our opponent. It was a memorable game, as you can tell. All right, so anyways, let's get... Oh my goodness, what is this hand? What is this row, I mean? Cargo rocket? Plasma bot? Pass? There we go. Yeah, Matt, with the reminder, we did take down that game 1. We'll see if we can make it 2 in a row. Otherwise, it'll be 1-1, and then we'll be forced to play that rubber match. This is a really, really weird row. Alright, I kind of was thinking Matt's going to have to do that. He's going to grab that guidance, clear some of the stuff out of the row. Now the question is, which way does our opponent go? Opponent picks up the Special Ops Director as well, so got the control of Blue Ally on command when they need it for one time. Does smoke the Pack Warship because Matt, the Cutter Newberg, is a hateful, spiteful person. Absolutely, that's definitely the right call. Get that thing out of there. He knows I'm going to grab that this early in the game. Cargo rocket also. Yeah, that's just like kind of a no-brainer. I guess we're going to yellow up here or something. I don't know. We're still trying to figure this deck out. Our opponent's looking at flipping their deck. So opponent is, I guess, maybe just wanting to bury the Vipers. Does grab up that Lancer away from us, especially now we got the yellow machine going. So opponent has 3 scouts and a Viper plus something. Does get that Explorer. We are looking at not a lot of hot action here, I'll tell you that. This is just not great. We're gonna just buy an Explorer. Spike Cluster's not terrible. It doesn't really do much for my deck right now, though. Laser is okay. But I feel like we need to get some trade. Frontier Hawk, nice score for the mat player. There goes that barter world. Did not think our opponent was going to leave that out. Alright, so... we've got 6 trade. And we have 50% of our 4 cards left that will give us a trade bonus. We have 1 trade for sure. I have 2 shots at getting that other trade to get that Transit Nexus. The problem is our opponent will then be able to follow up and pick up this Stealth Tower, which I'll have to deal with every time, while they reap the rewards of the Transit Nexus for much cheaper. The other thing I could do is I could just buy the Stealth Tower now, and then our opponent still could just scrap out that Transit Nexus whenever they want. But Stealth Tower is not the worst thing. I do have a fighter base here. I'm going for it. Even just for the turns that I'm going to get it, it's going to make it worthwhile. There we go. Alright, let's see what our opponent does. Ooh. Do scrap out the Stealth Tower, so our opponent did not have the 5 trade for the Stealth Tower. Which is good for us. Alright, so we've got an interesting hand here. This is such a weird game. I'm gonna pick up a silly storage silo, I guess. Make that happen. Alright, opponent is able to get Colony Seed Ship to the deck. Does buy it the hard way. Do not fault him at all for that. Definitely want to get that away from your opponent who has blue cards coming up. Convoy Bot finally showing up to the party. Laser showing up. We're finally taking that action. Alright, what do we got? 2. It's not going to do us much. Let's just grab the damage. We feel like we're getting behind. And we know our opponent's got some life gain on tap. So opponent did get the Lancer the turn that we have no bases out, so we're thankful for that. There goes some Mobile Market. Love, love, love that card. Swarm Colony showing up to the party. I think we have no green. It still draws a card by itself, so it's kind of nice. You don't have the combo to draw. Opponent's got just a little bit of green, not a big deal. Alright, what does this guy do again? Next ship you acquire. So we're gonna grab that Swarm Colony, just to be annoying. Alright, nothing we're needing to use the other part of the 2-prong attack for. We're not really in a position just to be picking up random fed shuttles. Let's get a laser shot in there and pass turn. There we go, just getting that damage in. Opponent cannot take out our base, and Hartman just dropped. Doesn't get a lot sexier than that, I'll tell you that. So we're gonna get a triple scrap here. Scrap. Oh. Yeah, well. Yeah, nothing we're looking at buying for 2 either. Let's just do it now. Just get it all out of there. Laser it up for another point. And then pass turn. Opponent's able to pick up the Frontier Station. Hitting us with the discard. Big damage. Takes out our base. Bad for us. That's a bad turn for us. Alright, let's take a look here. Well, we're tempted to use the 2-prong. If we draw a Star Barge, that's phenomenal. If we draw a Swarm Colony, that helps us a chance to get another one. If we get Colony Bot, that's a good one. So yeah, 50-50 shot of getting something useful here. So we'll use it. Okay, not the worst thing. Let's go ahead and hit the survey ship. Unfortunately, we cannot kill our opponent's mobile market. So they're going to have that out for another turn here. No Lancer in hand, thankfully. And there's going to go the row. Stealth Needle. Opponent's going to land that again. Can't beat that. They got... Oh, they cannot kill... Oh, wait, they're drawing. They got lots of trade, but they can't kill... Can't get through our outpost. That's actually pretty huge. Killing that trade envoy. I agree with that. Warp jump. Oh my goodness. Goes fishing and scores. Well, we'll see. Could have drawn scouts, but probably not all scouts, I imagine. Watch him plop down Lancer or something. Yeah, oh my goodness. Or a Stealth Needle Colony Siege Ship. Come on. Look at this nonsense. Then he's able to pick up the Warning Beacon because of it. Like, what is going on there? Okay, so let's take a look here. So we're going to put... There we go. We're going to keep the survey ship, obviously. Survey ship. Star Barge. Scrap, 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 scrap. I think that's all we're really doing. Just seeing if there's anything else we want to do. Not really. I could have potentially put that Alliance Transport on top. No, I don't have blue for this guy. So no, yeah, not much else we're doing there. Don't want to keep 5 trade and go for the swarm point. Yeah, why not? Why not, I say. Ooh, Comet. And unfortunately, we played out all our stuff. That stinks, and our opponent is going to be able to reap rewards of Comet. And that really hurts when they get full off of it, out of the discard, and you get none. That's a big swing. Everything's coming up aces for our opponent now. Not looking good for the home team, for sure. In fact, I can't even get through... Just kind of fishing for an event. I can't even get through their outpost. It's unfortunate, pass that turn. Opponent's got quite the wall out there. Building the Great Wall there. See what we can do to kind of try to tunnel through that. Alright, survey ship it up. That War Elder. Yeah, we're taking damage because we got to get through all this nonsense. So War Elder's just going to have to wait to scrap next turn, I guess. Just okay. Hit that. Okay, so we wiped the bases. We've got a lot of blue. We're kind of tempted to honestly look at the trade hauler? I don't know, maybe not. A lot of life in trade, though. No, we're going to pass that up. Alright, let's get a second discard in here. A little pressure on our opponent. So opponent's still finding ways to draw some cards, make a better hand. Alright. Unfortunately, going to take our base out. See where they're going to spend this trade. They do grab the Battle Screecher. Ooh, Tractor Beam shows up. And opponent's going to grab that right away. There's no way they're leaving that out there. I guess they could have scrapped it. But they're definitely going to grab that. Yeah, Tractor Beam is so good. They don't really have much coming up for it though, but that's alright. So I'm deciding how I want to do this. I'm thinking... I want to take this Customs Frigate to the top. There we go. Draw, discard that. Grab that Crusher. I have a chance I'll get at least comboing out the Swarm Colony, so I think I'm not going to draw. And it did not. That's alright. It's unfortunate, but can't do anything about it. There's the bases. And opponent does get the Lancer, so it gets the damage bonus. Let's see if our opponent spends 2 trade to bounce the mobile market. Scraps with the flagship. Interesting. I honestly would have assumed our opponent would have bounced a Warning Beacon and got 2 more damage up, but you know, they're doing their thing. Alright, so I'm at a crossroads. If I want to forego the scrap, I can't get Hive Queen. Yeah, who am I getting? We're grabbing Hive Queen, obviously. As much as we would love to not miss a scrap, we're definitely doing that. Alright, what's opponent got hiding in there? Alright, nothing too great. This is a tight game. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Scrappity scrap. Okay, so we are looking at... Grab the Alliance Landing. Looking for a better target for Customs Frigate. That's not what we're really looking for there. But I would have rather had it there. So yeah, I guess Imperial Frigate Fighter still goes good in here. Not like the worst card to have. Oh, why didn't I draw with that first? Okay, alright, this actually works out pretty good then. Alright, so we're gonna do this with no scraps. And this with no scraps. Oh, we got game. Get that in here. I didn't even notice I'm over here slow rolling it, playing it. So we are able to take that down. Game 2 versus the Cutter in our best 2 out of 3. We took it down 2-0 this night. Very excited for that. Good game, sir. Good game. That was such a weird game. You know, when you're playing the cat and mouse with the row scrap that you can do every turn versus looking at big cards versus like, do you risk leaving something out? Do you not? It's always it's so much fun. Like figuring out like what's the optimal time to scrap these cards out, which one's not. So good games as usual. So I think that is going to do it for us, even though we still got a solid crowd here. It looks like we're going to call it for the night. Yeah, exactly. It really did. It looked like that to me too. But you have to make that, decision, which you're, very familiar with, of like, what do you leave out there, what do you not leave out there. So all right, gang, we're going to go and call it a night. Thanks so much for stopping in for a little Realms Thursday action. We'll be back next week, 9 p.m. Central Time for Hero Realms and Star Realms. Once again, thank you everyone for stopping in. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the challenges for both Hero Realms and Star Realms. As I mentioned, make sure you check out Wednesday evenings for Double Dub stream, 8:30 Central for Hero Realms. And we'll call that night. And BQ as well for stopping in with the crew, sitting in the raid. She streams right before me. She streams the prime time, 7 p.m. Central, Star Realms. And then I kind of do the late show here. So, all right, everyone. Thanks so much for stopping in. Have a great night.
Now that